Coach Gleason, coming home last week, a pair of non-league victories, and this is definitely a way that you want to be getting ready for a conference play to go into it with a winning streak.
Right, we were certainly happy to be home last week after being on the road the first few weeks and playing, some tough competition here in our preseason. We're happy with the result, and we're excited. We're excited to start conference action. I think we're ready. We call this our, we're done with the first season, and now we're starting our second season, which is the CCAA action.
After a couple weeks of non-league action, is there an excitement just to kind of be getting ready to play these league games, the games that get count in the conference standings?
I think so. Our team is pretty excited to play any night, and so we'll see come Friday night. But I definitely feel like there's some urgency, and our veterans are really trying to instill that into our newcomers, just how important every game is in our conference. And yesterday we talked a little bit about the importance of who's going to be most consistent night in and night out, and who's going to show up for every game is probably going to end up being being the conference champion. And with the ability to have so many teams potentially win it is always a battle, and then the depth of our conference always makes it tough. Night in and night out is always a grind.
Watching film, first up with Sonoma on Friday night. What have you, or actually San Francisco, excuse me, what have you seen from them on video?
Yeah, it's a new coach, and so that's always something new as far as the coaching side of it, what to expect and what they're going to run, what are they going to do defensively, and so that's a little bit of a challenge here early in the week. But we been able to watch a little bit. They really work hard. They defend hard. I've seen them play some Western Washington, who we've played, and they competed right there with them for most of the game, and it's definitely going to be a battle. They, like I said, they work extremely hard at the defensive end, and while they haven't had the wins to show for it, I feel like they've played really tough competition and are going to be ready to go, and it's going to be a good battle.
Individually, Jason, last season, she had some excellent games and scoring points, and she hits 8 3-pointers on Saturday. It was a game where she was feeling it. She was just getting open. Just talk about how she's able to get those 8 3 balls.
A combination of things. I mean, Jay's a great shooter. She, we're surprised when she misses if she is in rhythm and has the type of pass that sets her up. But a couple things. Dominican played a zone most of the time, and sometimes because we have such good scoring in other positions, they have to really focus on Kirsty at the point guard. They have to really focus on Megan and Aj and in the post, and so that just frees up somebody that's a knockdown shooter like Jay. And so she was able to get herself open, and her teammates were able to find her. And then like I said, we expect her to make almost every shot that she takes. So it wasn't a surprise to us that she was able to catch that mark.
She was a transfer that came over to the program, as a senior. The younger players always look up to that senior leadership. And what she had, kind of talk about what she has to offer in shooting, but what does she have to offer, team-wise and with her teammates?
Jay is really competitive in practices and games, but she isn't one that's going to be super vocal during those times. She'll talk to people off the court. She'll give pointers to new players about this is how we run this, or this is what the coaches expect, and I think that she does a really good job of just bringing that focus and intensity every day in practice, and works really hard and leads by example most of the time, and then kind of just a quiet leader. She's not, like I said, going to be a super vocal person, but she was voted one of our captains because of her ability to get people to follow her and to be a good leader.
Obviously last season with Kersey, your leading scorer, and so far it's still early, but she's definitely distributing the ball well. She's told us, hey, she can score, but also she likes to pass the ball. What does it say about this team so far? When you have Jay and Megan and Foster as your points leader, and just how evenly matched in getting the ball to them. What does it say about this team so far?
Right, I think we're pretty deep. Kirsty definitely carried the brunt of the load last year. She had to not only score for herself but distribute the ball, and I think that we've added some pieces that make it a little more balanced, and anybody can be our leading scorer on any given night. And I think that makes it for a tough matchup, because it literally could be any that group. And we're still trying to make sure that Kirsty's looking for hers. Sometimes she's a point guard at heart, where she wants to set people up and is going to make the pass when they're open. And we still have to try to convince her to make sure that she looks for hers when she's open as well.